Hey guys, it's Sunday, so that means it's time for another coffee chat! Yay! So today I'm drinking out of my Beauty and the Beast mug. Well, I guess it's more of a Belle mug, but yeah. So it's got Belle, and it also says Princess right there. You can just barely see it inside. So yeah, I'm trying not to show too much of the inside because my coffee might spill out. That would be terrible. Okay, so I had several questions last week, and I actually had one from the week before that I didn't answer. Oops. But it was from the iPod video, so I kind of forgot that it was there. So anyway, on that video, JJ asked if I have ever done musical theater, and I actually answered it on the in a comment, or in a reply to the comment, saying that no, I have never done musical theater, and that I should probably talk about why I haven't in a video sometime. But there are other topics that I wanted to discuss today, so I thought that I would talk about those today, and I'll talk about why I don't do theater stuff at some other point. Yeah, there's one big reason, and you probably know what it is if you've watched my videos for a while. Yeah, so we'll discuss that at some other point maybe, and we'll just go ahead and move on from that one. So, JJ also asks, since it was Valentine's Day, do you prefer milk or dark or white chocolate? My favorite is milk chocolate, of course, but I also like white chocolate a lot, and I don't really like dark chocolate at all. I say at all, but I don't mind it if it's dark chocolate with other things, like if it was dark chocolate covering an almond or something like that, or some kind of nougat or caramel or something like that. I would be okay with that. I just don't like dark chocolate by itself because it's way too bitter for me. I don't like bitter things. That's not something that I like. I like really sweet things. So, for instance, my coffee, people would probably make fun of the way I make my coffee because at this point it's basically just sugar. I've tried to cut back on the sugar that I put in my coffee and I just can't do it. I just can't. If it's not a certain amount of sweetness, it's so hard for me to drink because all I taste is bitter. So I have to put a lot of sugar in my coffee, and it's kind of like the Beastie Boys. I like my sugar with coffee and cream. Yeah, that's pretty much how my coffee is now. Yeah. But it's so good like that. I don't like bitter things. I don't know how I got onto coffee, but I did. But yeah, milk chocolate is definitely my favorite. But I do like white chocolate. And if you put them together, that's even better. But milk chocolate's definitely the best. Fight me. All right, so moving on to the next question. There are actually only two other questions, but one of them is about dreams. So Ron asked, what's the weirdest dream you've had? Okay, so I'm not even sure what the weirdest dream is that I've had. I don't have many weird dreams, or I don't think of them really as weird dreams. And if I do have them, they just don't stick with me, I guess, as well as some of the other dreams that I have. So most of the dreams that I remember are scary dreams or story dreams. So I guess one that most people would think is weird is the ladybug dream. And I know I've talked about this one before because I did a video where I talked about how I don't like bugs. And I have bug dreams occasionally. So I'll have dreams about spiders and about cockroaches and all of these different kinds of bugs. And usually they're like on the floor or on the wall or something, and it freaks me out. And then there was the ladybug dream. And so the ladybug dream is, in the dream, I was at my mom's house and I was on the front porch, and I don't know what I was doing there, but a ladybug landed on me. And I was like, oh, well, that's nice. That's a ladybug. I've never had a problem with ladybugs, except that they stink. Have you ever smelled a ladybug? Those things smell terrible. So in the dream, a ladybug lands on me, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's a cute little ladybug. And then another one lands on me, and then more start landing on me, and then they start crawling toward my face, and they tried to crawl into my mouth, and I was like holding my mouth shut as well as I could, and apparently it wasn't enough because they got into my mouth and started choking me. So, yeah, so I woke up like choking because I thought that there were ladybugs in my mouth. So yeah, that one I guess was kind of weird. But yeah, mostly I'll dream that there's like, it's usually like a cockroach or something that is on me. And in the dreams when this happens, I feel really bad for anybody who happens to be like sleeping next to me, because I flail my arms and I'll wake up from the dream and I'm just like doing this, and I know I've hit people in the face before. Anyway, so yeah, bug dreams, really weird. When I was younger, I used to have dreams about Freddy Krueger, and that kind of made me think that, hey, if I keep having dreams about him and that's kind of his MO, maybe he's real? And yeah, but he never tried to kill me in the dreams, so I don't know. I guess it was okay. So when I first started dating Kevin, I had a dream that we were at my grandmother's house, and I don't know how it happened, but a piece of Mountain Dew can, I guess like maybe it was in the lawn and somebody was mowing the lawn and it hit it and threw it, like flung it out. Anyway, a piece of Mountain Dew can came flying toward us and cut through Kevin's neck, and he bled to death in front of me. So that one was fun. But yeah, the ones that I remember most are usually story dreams. So I'll have a dream that I'm not even in the dream. I'm not like I'm not the main character or whatever. It's some random person, and I'll have a dream that they're basically living their story, and it's really strange. But I don't like to talk about those because I keep a record of them somewhere, so that if I want to write a story one day, I've already got a story. And there's one that is really good, really interesting, and I think that I might use it to start a story next November, and maybe do NaNoWriMo again and use that as a basis. So yeah, because it's like it's like I'm watching a movie in my dream, and I see everything that's happening, and I'm playing the main female character, but it's not me, and I know it's not me. It's some other character. But yeah, it's strange, but I like those. Now, the most recent one that I've had that was kind of a story dream, but I was the main character, was right after Minecon, and I had a dream that I was back at Minecon, except it was different, of course, because in your dreams it's always different. And for some reason, we had lockers. I don't know, so we could keep our stuff in them while we went to do things. So anyway, I was hanging out with like the group that I hung out with while I was at Minecon, and there was another girl there, and I don't know who it is. It was nobody that I actually met there. It was just some random person that my dream world came up with. And she went missing. She was like abducted, and no one knew what had happened to her. But anyway, the rest of the group decided, hey, to kind of forget about what's going on with this investigation of this girl who's gone missing, we're gonna go to the theater. Now, I don't know if it was like a play that we were going to see, if we were going to see a movie, but it was just the theater. So the whole group started walking out, and I realized it was kind of cold outside, so I needed to go back and get my jacket. So I went back to get my jacket, and I walked up to my locker, but the police were there. And I opened the locker, and they asked why I was opening that locker, and I said, this is mine. And they said, oh, did you share a locker with the girl who went missing? And I said, yes. So they thought that it was possible that the person who had abducted the other girl, because she had been abducted at the lockers, maybe they thought that it was me they were abducting instead. But then the police didn't do anything about it. They were just like, okay, well, be careful out there, and let me walk off. Seriously? Yeah, so I guess the police are very incompetent in my dreams. Anyway, so I walked out, and luckily somebody had stayed behind and walked with me to the theater, so I didn't feel like I was about to be kidnapped at that point. But, yeah, it was really, really weird. And of course, as most people do, I have the dream where I have a final exam, and I go to take the test and realize that I haven't been to class the whole semester. Yeah, those pop up every once in a while, and I get anxiety issues from them, but yeah. So that's dreams. Not really any that are like really, really strange. I guess the bug ones are probably the most strange, but I don't know. They're not really that bad. I can't think of any like really weird ones. So maybe I've had really weird ones and they just haven't stuck with me. I don't know. Okay, so the other question that I have is from Dan, and Dan asks, any funny / embarrassing pickup line stories you want to share with us? or even actual pickup lines that were used on you or that you actually used. Not many people use pickup lines anymore, but when they do, it's always a gold moment. I cannot think of a time ever that I have used a pickup line. And I honestly can't think of a time ever that anyone has used a pickup line on me. Maybe they have, and I just don't remember because I laughed it off because they are so freaking corny and stupid that as soon as it's done, I'm just like, that's stupid. I don't want to talk to you. But yeah, I can't think of any. I cannot think of any at all. I know that my ex-boyfriend, he had a pickup line that he always wanted to use. And I can't say what it is because it's a bit vulgar. And he did not use it on me, for the record. And if he had used it on me, I would have slapped him in the face and never talked to him again. So yeah, that's the only one that I can think of right now. But yeah, it has words in it that I don't say on my channel. So yeah, they're just so cheesy, and I don't know. Why would you even use a pickup line? I don't understand why you would use a pickup line. Now, it's not necessarily a pickup line, but what I can tell you what Kevin did to get my attention, I guess. But he said something like, "Have I seen you somewhere before? You look really familiar." And honestly, that is probably one of the best lines that you can do, because that gets the person thinking, oh, well, maybe I have met this person before. And then it gets you talking. So, you try to figure out what experiences you have the same with that person, or, where could I possibly have seen this person before? Well, have you ever been to this? And, and it kind of lets you get to know the person a little bit better. So, so if that were a pickup line, that would be a good one, and not cheesy, not really anyway. And, yeah, it's just kind of to break the ice and get started talking to the person so that you can get to know them a little bit better. And so, yeah, there's that little bit of mystery in there too that kind of gets you intrigued, and yeah. But while we're on the topic of people trying to pick you up, I will tell you the last time that a guy tried to pick me up, and it was quite recently. And so a few weeks back, you may remember, I went to hang out with my best friend, and we went to a bar to listen to a band. And while we were there, some guy came up, and he was with some of his friends, and he started trying to hit on me, and I was not interested. But the thing is, even if I'm not interested, I want to be polite to people, because that's just the kind of person I am. So I want to be nice, but that's the problem. If you try to be nice to someone and they're hitting on you, then they're going to think that you're, being receptive to this. And that's not always the case. But I don't want to just be like, dude, get away from me. You're disgusting. I want nothing to do with you. Even though, I was not interested whatsoever. He wasn't disgusting, but I wasn't interested at all. So anyway, I wasn't interested, but apparently the only way that you can tell a guy that you're not interested is to say, hey, look, dude, you should probably just give up and walk away, because it's never going to happen. And even if you do that, they're going to go, oh, she's playing hard to get. So anyway, to some guys, the thought that a girl would not be interested never even crosses their minds. So this guy starts trying to dance up on me. I'm sitting in a chair. He asked me to dance, and I'm like, no, thanks, I don't want to dance. Which, if I was interested in you, and you asked me to dance, I would get up there and dance, even though I'm the worst dancer in the world. Another reason that I don't do musical theater. But he proceeds to dance on me. He's like grinding up on my side, and I'm like, not into this at all. And I'm like sitting there grimacing, and apparently he thought that I was into it. I don't know. I was absolutely mortified, honestly. And then, of course, before he leaves, he asks for my number. And I said, no. And he said, really? I have the right to say, no, I don't want to give you my number. No, I'm not interested if I'm not interested. Just because you talk to me and flirt with me does not mean that you deserve my number. I'm not obligated to do that just because you talk to me. Just because you flirted with me and I tried to be polite to you. Besides, I really hate talking on the phone anyway, so, yeah. God, it pissed me off so much. And he left mad, and I was mad because he just assumed that I was gonna give him my number. I mean, if I asked a guy for their number and they didn't give it to me, I might be pissed off about it because I might be interested in them, but I'm not gonna, like, say it to their face, because that's not the kind of person I am. I'm probably just gonna go, okay, and walk away and then go cry in the bathroom because because rejection is hard, okay? And I've had my fair share of people rejecting me, okay? Yeah. It's not fun, but, you know, it happens. And you just gotta get over it, and you don't say, really? To the person, because that just, you know, even if I had any interest at that point, no, nothing. Nothing would have come of it, ever. So, yeah. So don't do that. If you ask a girl for their number and she doesn't want to give it to you, don't complain about it to her. You can complain about it to your friends after you leave. You just walk away and say, okay, well, it was nice to meet you. Walk away. That's all you have to do. I'm still pissed off about that. Anyway, I don't know how I got on that from pickup lines, but he didn't use a pickup line on me. Don't do pickup lines. It's so bad. Please, just don't. Just think of something original, you know? Anything. Just no pickup lines, please. Oh my gosh. Alright, so that's it. Now I need to stop this and start editing it and get ready because I'm going to see a play today. Because there's a play that they're putting on at the campus and I want to go see it. So I'm gonna go by myself because that's what I do now. I go to things by myself. No, I've always gone to things by myself. I don't care. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need no man. But seriously, I've gone to the movie theater by myself before with no problems because, hey, if I want to go do something by myself, I'm going to go do it by myself. I don't care. Anyway, so yeah, next Sunday, I'm probably not going to have a vlog unless I can schedule one because, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be on a cruise. So, what I may do is I may, record one later this week so that I can answer questions and stuff and either put it out on Thursday or Friday or if I can schedule it, I might schedule it and it will be sometime on Sunday, but I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so send me your questions this week and I'll see what I can get done before I leave on my cruise, and I'm really excited about it. Oh my gosh. I've never been on a cruise before, and I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be awesome. I'm so ready for it, because work has been awful, and I just need a vacation. Yeah. So, yeah. That's it for today. I will see you guys next week. Sometime. Yeah.